This is CBS News Colorado at noon. The Return to Nature funeral home in Penrose will soon be no more. Here is a look as demolition began this morning, months after 190 improperly stored bodies were found inside the home. I'm Michelle Griego. Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. This demolition has been a long time coming, but after weeks of delays, it's finally happening. Your reporter Ashley Portillo has been in Penrose all morning, and Ashley, families impacted by this horrific event gathered before demolition began.
And Michelle, I did have the chance to speak with two of those families after that ceremony was held earlier this morning. One family lost their loved one a year ago to the day. Meanwhile, the other family lost their family member about 4 years ago. Their family member has yet to be identified, but they did say a day like today, including the demolition of this funeral home, is a step in the right direction, and they've been waiting months.
This is my sister, Amber Haynes. She was killed a year ago.
Megan Morgan and her mother, Cecilia, embracing one another today, remembering their lost loved one.
She was beautiful, and she's going to be a doctor.
How deeply grieved we are.
1 year since she has passed, a ceremony held to remember Amber and the dozens of other victims.
It's very, I don't know, I feel kind of blessed that it's today, that I got to see it.
A step of closure and continued healing for many families who showed up today. But for Carrie Wyrick Polikoff, her father, who passed away in 2020, has yet to be identified.
I'm honestly keeping my fingers crossed that he's one of those, because I just can't imagine not knowing.
She said a day like today has reopened so many wounds, but she has hope for closure one day soon.
Just being able to move on with my life. Right now, it's one day at a time. I mean, really, it's all one day at a time, but it would give me a little bit of peace, and I don't have that now.
And a sense of peace now knowing the demolition of the building that's caused so much damage has finally begun.
Now we can grieve normally, I think.
And family members I spoke with also said after this tragedy, they hope there is a change in Colorado state law when it comes to regulating funeral home directors. And the Fremont County coroner also said that as of today, 17 bodies and people have yet to be identified. That is down from the number 18 that we did report last week. He did mention it could take months to identify the rest of the decedents here. For now, reporting live in Penrose, I'm Ashley Portillo, covering Colorado First.
Ashley, thank you. The owners of Return to Nature, John and Carrie Halford, are now facing federal charges. They're accused of misspending nearly $900,000 in pandemic relief funds. This is in addition to charges for the alleged mishandling of nearly 190 bodies and collecting $130,000 from families for services never provided. The two were back in the El Paso County Jail on an FBI hold. They have since been released.